Friday creeps on us common people and we must seek shelter. You are in a shack of common guy reviews and lurking in the hallway is your lovely host, Pepsi. People like prequels, in some extent. Some prequels rise above others are just kinda lowballing the thing, and so on. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of the known films from the past. We even reviewed the 50-year anniversary screening, and so I stumbled across this. Leatherface is a 2017 American horror film directed by Julian Maury and Alexander Bustillo and is written by Seth M. Sherwood. This movie is a prequel to the original Chainsaw Massacre from 1974 that is considered a cult classic movie. This film starts with a family dinner where one man is accused of stealing pigs from the family, and they try and want their child to murder the thief with a chainsaw. He cannot do it, so it's a bummer. We then follow a couple who meet seemingly wounded child, Jedediah Sawyer. When the woman Betty Hartman follows the kid, she ends up in an old barn where she is dropped into a pit. The kid tricked her, and she is killed. Police officer Sheriff Hartman, a father of Betty, is furious and calls Child Protective Services to get all Sawyer kids away from the family and into the mental institution called the Corman House, Youth Reformatory. 10 years after, in a series of events, a break happens in the asylum and people escape. Jedediah is one of them, as he gets kidnapped with the lone nurse Elizabeth and quiet big guy Bud. Kidnappers are other asylum residents, a couple, Clarice and Ike. This story is about Jedediah's journey of becoming the Leatherface, a killer we all know, but there are some weird shenanigans along the way that I don't really like. For the starters, they have weird red herring where Bud, a mute big guy with a brute strength to match, seems like a perfect candidate for being a Leatherface, but yet isn't. Secondly, this movie is full of unnecessary stupid people, who are made dumber to protect the plot. Nurse Elizabeth is a new worker in the Gorman house, yet she wanders there without anyone to back her up. A lone woman in a place full of teenagers and close to adult people who are either criminals or has some conditions. Great place to be alone. The other one is that after Jedediah, who is now called Chris by the way, because Asylum's warden Dr. Lang changed it so he would forget his family, and Elizabeth and Bud are kidnapped, there are plethora of situations where they could take some weapons and retaliate, but no, they won't. In fact, this movie has this nice game going on, where Elizabeth tries an escape and is caught immediately and is hauled back. The first time she tries to escape, Ike tells her that if anyone tries this again, everyone dies. After third escape attempt, I just stopped caring whether they are serious or not. The whole setting of the movie seems to be a mixed trope, where everyone are assholes. Sheriff Hartman has an open, hostile attitude towards Savior family, where he thinks they are nothing more than a worthless hillbillies. Sayer family, in the other hand, seems to be murderers to the core, as they are accused of multiple disappearances in the county. There seems to be nothing but misery, and it fits the theme and I like it, but the other aspects of this movie ick me too much. As the prequel, this movie gives you some kind of reason why Leatherface exists, but honestly I think that the Roper villain has some tragic background is overused, and they really tried to make Jedediah to fit a part of tragic anti-hero, where he is driven to insanity by the wrongdoings of the world. His short route to insanity happens too quickly, and that is just not enough. Again, Bud, who is a big gentle giant until he is not, fits far more likely in the role, because you just kinda expect it from him. He is seemingly harmless but just doing his thing, until he is pushed to kill someone, and his tendency to pummel someone into the oblivion was a nice thing to watch. Jedediah was too human. Too much of a person to be driven into a sudden madness and become a butcher and murderer of a hillbilly family. I kind of wish that a certain amount of insanity comes from the core of humanity, not from the tragic past, not from misunderstood motives, nor the consequences of events. Some people just are fucked up and they do fucked up things. That has been the stuff, except for Jason Voorhees. His past was tragic, but the causality of him becoming a vengeful spirit was solid. For example, Freddy Krueger was never a nice, misunderstood man, he was a murderer. Michael Myers was crude and cruel, even when he was a child. And there are more examples throughout the movie history. You don't always need a reason to be evil, there can always be someone who is just wrong in their head, and decided best course of action for a mild annoyance or problem is a murder. But yeah, this was my review about Leatherface. You were listening Common Car Reviews and speaking to you as your lovely host Pepsi. Press like and subscribe because I'll see you in the next review. So, goodbye.